Hey, welcome back to another episode on the Baseline Car channel. Today we're going to be working on the Corvette C7 and particularly we're going to be assembling the remainder of the parts. As you guys already know, I believe I told you in the previous video, we had a wire harness that was being a little bit delayed that I have ordered or was supposed to order in the previous week, and that's what we were waiting for. We couldn't install the fender, we couldn't install the bumper because of that, and let me show you guys what I mean by that. Here's what I mean by that. This wire harness, even though it's connected, I made it work right here. It was a little harsh. It took some beating. So this part was kind of okay. It was salvageable, so it was alright. Let me show you what I meant for other things. I don't have it connected. Okay, here we go. So when I was assembling this thing, I noticed that this thing was ripped, and this wire actually goes to this button right here that opens the door. Oh, I got a lot of wax and stuff going on here. Have to clean up. That's all wax, don't worry, that's not a paint. But yeah, basically I couldn't assemble this whole side because of this thing. I ordered a new wire harness, and until it comes in, I can't assemble this whole side. I can't do anything to this until I change the wire harness. But let me show you what I got. So here is what we have. We have wire harness that I got. Don't worry guys, it's all OEM, all original. How much was the wire harness? Let me see. Wire harness was $49, and that's with expedited shipping. And the molding, $81, and this is the molding. Still got to figure out how to open this thing because it's kind of sealed up. What we also have here is a bottom shield cover underneath the bumper. There is another molding over there and another wire harness for the door as well. So we pretty much got all the parts. I have a few hours before it gets dark, so I'm gonna get on it, swap the wire harness first, and then move on to the fender. Alright, so wire harness is installed, connected right here. By the way, these things come, like the boot itself comes greasy from a factory. I don't know why they do that for, but I mean, I'm sure they know what they're doing. I'm sure you guys hear. By the way, check out this color. Oh my goodness, that looks good. This button works now. It's not mounted yet. I gotta find some cute screws to screw it in. Sorry about the noise in the background. We got planes flying here in Georgia. Took me a little while to figure out where this wire goes, but the wire that goes actually back all the way up to over here. It actually goes, I don't know if you guys could see, right there in the middle. Let me see if I can get the camera. Yeah, it's really hard to tell by camera. But yeah, basically it runs underneath, and I was looking for these kind of little holes to put these Christmas tree mounts, wire mounts to it, and it was really difficult to spot those, but I actually did. They go in the inner panel along the side of the glass, and it's really important to make sure that wire goes in the place where it needs to go. That way when the glass is going up and down, it doesn't touch it or it doesn't rip or anything like that. So that's really good. This all done. I gotta connect this wire. Right here. I'll just connect it later on. And basically I'm ready to install the speaker and then the inner panel. And after that, actually no, before all that, I gotta install the glass, which I also have, and I'll just install the glass and then inner panel. Alright, so door panel is on. Don't worry guys, it's just a little dusty. No big deal. I'm gonna clean this up. Either way, I'm missing a roof, as you guys already know. So it's gonna get dusty either way. So yeah, I'll just clean it up later on and detail the whole car whenever I'm done with it. But pretty much the door is ready. It's all done and complete. Now I'm ready. Oh, by the way, I gotta test the window regulator, make sure it's moving up and down properly. And after that, I gotta move on to the fender. So I think I'm actually gonna call it a day for today. Gonna install this fender some other day, maybe tomorrow. But for today, for doing such a good job, I'm probably gonna pop these things. Yeah, I have a whole box of these to pop. So I'm just gonna do that and go to sleep. Pick up tomorrow. Alright, so picking up where we left. Yesterday I did assemble this door. I did have to remove the whole door panel, the inner door panel, and this molding. There's a little screw behind it, as I did check, and there is one. There's also one on this side as well that I had to make sure it's secure, but overall it's all good. Also had to adjust the glass. This glass is actually very adjustable, and I had to make sure it seals up really well everywhere. Make sure I don't hear wind, going through it or anything like that. And as you guys can see, the door aligns really well. So right now it's time to put the fender on and see how that's gonna look. Let's get on it. Boom, check it out. So the fender is on. You guys like the spacing? I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty even everywhere around. Let me show you guys right here. I mean, the paint job on the hood, it looks good. See, the spacing is all even. So I think I had to do a little bit of adjustment on that as well. When you're placing the fender, you gotta make sure everything is adjusted properly. One more test I have to do before I install the headlight and stuff. Actually, I might install the headlight now, but before I do that, I gotta screw these two in. And the other side is missing this bracket. I gotta install that bracket as well. And then after that, I could test fit the bumper. But before I do that, I kind of have to clean up all this nasty stuff, just a little bit of dirt and stuff, so it kind of looks good underneath. Alright, so headlights are on, all connected. The brace bar is also installed. It's all original. And the interesting thing about a Corvette, there's so much room to adjust. Oh, by the way, I gotta install one of these. I have it on that side. I gotta install on this side. But overall, it really takes time to adjust all these things because there's so much room to adjust in Corvettes. But overall, I think I got a pretty good spacing between headlights, fenders, hood, everywhere. So one more thing to try is to try to put a bumper on and see, how it's gonna come out, if it's gonna fit and all that. Let's give it a try. Alright, so the front bumper is installed, well, pre-installed. Basically it's not screwed in anywhere, and you guys could tell how well it looks. Oh, got a little scratch, but overall it looks really good. It needs to be a little bit adjusted, and all of that is gonna come whenever you screw in all the screws and everything. We also got the side deflectors to be white or kind of blackish. I kind of want them to be blackish since I'm gonna have carbon, but whatever. They are what they are. I just didn't want the yellow ones. They just did not have anything to do with the red and black. So all of that being said, let's get on it. Let's try to screw it in, adjust the bumper, and maybe install the lip after that. Alright guys, so I do have a little bit of an issue here. Let me show you guys. So right here I have one broken wire, and it actually goes to this reflector on the side marker. Yeah, it's no big deal. I didn't notice it before, so I gotta go find one of these plugs or trying to match it from wire harness and solder it in, and then I'll be able to install this over here and probably fender liner and such. But yeah, bumper is pretty much all assembled other than the badge, and the badge goes last after buffing and cleaning and all that stuff. And yeah, so I'm gonna go get that wire harness somewhere and then come back to it. Alright, so here's what we got. We got wire harness pigtail right there. Let me get it out for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. These little sucker. It cost $50 at the dealer. Good thing they were able to get it for me next day. So yeah, we're back at it, back at the process, working on a C7. So probably Timmy's gonna do this pigtail for me. He's gonna do the soldering, or actually we might not even have to do a soldering. We might do the dealer way. I don't know if we want to take that option. We'll think about it, but yeah, either way we're gonna have to do this wire to put the reflector on, and once we put the reflector on, we can mount these mounts right here behind it and put the fender liner. Once the fender liner is in, then we'll probably be good to go to put the side skirts and front lip if we get enough time today. So yeah, let's get on it. Okay, so while Tim is gonna be working on the pigtail, I'm gonna be working on a target roof. You guys remember this thing was scratched, and this is exactly the same roof. There is a video that I'm working on to post it, how I got to this point. You know, this is the same one. Here's the proof. This is all scuffed up. This is where it's been painted. It's still red, you know, so that is exactly the same roof. If I show you guys underneath, it's still see-through. So I was able to get to this point where it does look good, that's good, but it doesn't look good enough. If you look up close, really close, the camera cannot capture the scratches. They're like really tiny scratches. I mean, I would say thousandth of an inch, grit scratches, but they're very tiny and you could see them. They kind of bugging me and stuff. Plus I'm gonna be painting this either way, so I was thinking, well, I'm gonna be painting this, might as well kind of clear this. So I'm gonna be probably working on this, see, you know, if I could clear this and if it's gonna do anything. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll just clear this portion of it out and see if it's gonna soak all the scratches. These scratches are not visible by camera at all. You can only see them in person, and I could probably leave it like this. I just don't want these things to be bugging me. So before I do it all, I could just paint this first and see how it's gonna come out, and if I want to clear the whole roof or not. But as you guys can see, it looks good. It looks pretty clear. You can see tiny scratches, tiny, but like you can't see those on the camera. And by the way, those are that's just a dirt and dirty surface. That's not a scratch. So yeah, and we do have a little update on the C6. As you guys can see, it's all taken apart. We have a little bit going on with that, so video coming soon. This video probably will come up before that, and as soon as I'm done with the roof, I'm gonna post a video of like the whole restoration project, how I did it all and how it came apart. There we go. Ready to move on to fender liner. So check it out. The fender liner is in. I did not put the mud flap right there. The reason to that is that I did not want to put that on before I put the side skirts, just to see if it's going to be in the way of side skirts. Here's the status on the roof. It's all taped up. Really nice and pretty. I went with the reducer or thinner to clean up these edges from any debris or anything like that. So first stage first, and I'm not gonna record this because the camera and the paint don't get along really well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just spray with the base coat first, and then mid coat, and then after that, once it dries up, I'll pull this thing off, the middle section, and just clear it all and see how it's gonna come out. Should come out really good. Let's see how it does. I'll show you guys after I'm done. So here we go. Final product. The roof is done and complete, painted on the sides. You guys see how good the edge looks and all that. So it's pretty much good to go. As for right now, I will pull the C7 out and probably do a side skirt and finish the front bumper. After that, this thing should be complete. Okay, so I have assembled the front fender liner over here on this side as well. So right now, I'm ready to move on to install the front lip. So here's the front lip. There's the side skirt. Before I do that, I need to install this cover right here. Check it out. That looks good. Oh my goodness, that looks really good. And it's so easy to install. You just install it into the factory holes for the bottom shield. I'll show you guys in a second. But check it out. That looks good. Carbon flashing collar. Really good alignment overall. So yeah, let me show you guys where it bolts. It bolts into these factory holes, the same that hold this shield, the bottom shield cover. So overall, looks really good. Easy, so easy to install. Let's move on to side skirts. Check this out. Oh my goodness, that looks good. That looks really good. Let me get you this angle. Yeah, the car is dirty. The lip is dirty. I'll clean that up later on, as I mentioned before. But yeah, this is how it's done. So let me walk you through the process. There's one bolt underneath. There's only one bolt, or like a screw underneath. Yeah, I don't know if you guys could see it right there. And you got to put a 3M tape up before it all. You got pre-measure. What I did, I drilled a hole for the bolt right there. For this bolt, the only one, I had to drill the hole a little bit bigger so I could adjust this lip back and forth. And the reason I wanted to do that, because it wasn't aligning with this really well. It's just aftermarket stuff. So I got this aligned. I then put 3M tape. Then I stuck it, glue it in with the 3M tape, and after that I put screws like these. They provide these screws, tappet screws, I guess, underneath, and you know, it does the job. Not a big fan of this whole installation process, but it's really easy and doable. So yeah, it looks good. It looks fantastic. Oh my goodness. Let's move on to another side. Check it out. That lip, the front lip, the side skirts. Oh my goodness. Let me get you a better tour of the whole car around it. Oh my goodness. How about this angle? That looks good. Yeah, these wheels gotta go, that's for sure. But that's gonna be in the next video, not in this video. Today, mission accomplished. We got the side skirts done. We got the front lip done. It looks good. Alright boys, so that would be it for this video. I do want to apologize for the birds singing. It's nature. I live in a peaceful neighborhood and just birds like to sing. So I apologize for that. I know it might sound a little interrupting. But as I was saying, I will not be putting the wheels on. I will not be putting the badges on. I will save that for next video. And we're also going to be going for the first test drive. So it's going to be exciting. As today, we got a Formula Drift in Atlanta. So we're taking our Hellcat. We're going to check it out, have some good time there, and sometime next week we're going to have a new video posted of C6 updated. Also guys, in probably next week or two, we're going to be revealing our new project that's been hibernating for a long time, so stay tuned on that. If you go on my Instagram page, you can see some sneak peeks. It's going to be a really exciting project, probably the most powerful project I ever owned, so that would be pretty cool, and considering the fact that I do own a Hellcat that's modified, so that would be an awesome project to work with. Stay tuned on that. I'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, so here's some bonus video that I took from yesterday's Formula Drift, if you guys want to see it just in case. Oh, you look Vitaly, you know what I'm saying? Boy got a new fresh cut, you know what I'm saying? Probably the baldest move I've ever done. Get it, bald. Anyways, here's some footage from yesterday's Formula Drift. It's been raining. It wasn't as exciting as we wanted to because of the rain, obviously. But it was still pretty intense. It was still pretty competitive, I would say. I'm going to roll some clips for you guys to see in case you want to see those.
BMW. We want these drivers get the sale, and they did just that. Not impeding initiation of that sale.
That's a close one.
Initiated Fort Wayne, actually at about the same time.
But yeah. So that's all I got. Remember, these guys were professionals. They were trained. They were 1,000+ horsepower cars. Even the 4-cylinders were still, you know, at least 1,000 horsepower. They were still good cars, and they're made for that. Those drivers are professionals. So try not to do this on the streets. And the reason that there was no smoke, some people were asking me why there was no smoke. The reason is that the pavement was actually wet. The track was wet, so you know, tires doesn't create that much heat, and you know, it just doesn't smoke. But during the day when it was dry, it was a lot more smoke and stuff. But yeah, remember, these guys are professionals. These guys were trained. They're good. Let's just say they're good. So try not to do this on the street. Or this. Or this. Wow! This is. Oh my goodness. Heck yeah! Woo! And if you gotta do it, you gotta do it on the streets of Mexico, if you know what I mean. Yeah, just make sure to remember that, and see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, as always, share my videos, and see you on the next one.